Gerrard Alonso, Javier Mascherano, Steven Gerrard, Fernando Torres. This Liverpool team from 2007-2008 could have been so special. I've been playing around with this retro database for FM24 and I've been having so much fun, so much nostalgia doing so, that I had to share with you a little adventure that I've been on with Liverpool. We jump back in time and see what could have been by also bringing in one or two future superstars. It's been so much fun. I really hope you enjoy it. Let's jump in. This is the scene if we go all the way back to 2007, 2008 and have a look at the Liverpool team in this retro database. This database has been made by the mad scientist FM. I'm going to link all of his socials and everything in the description of today's video. The link to go and download this yourself if you want to go and check it out. We did also do a simulation video where we went from 2007, 2008 all the way up until the present day to see how football would have done things differently in FM's universe. Some weird things happened in that. I've put a little card up here if you want to go and watch that video. Maybe watch it after this one. Today, though, I've been on an adventure with Liverpool, with this side here that includes some superstar players like Gerrard and Alonso, maybe the future Liverpool manager, fingers crossed. That's kind of where I'm hoping we go. Look at the passing ability on him, 20 passing, 20 vision. 8 acceleration, he was never quick, was he? But he can ping a ball around. Pair him up maybe with Javier Mascherano, who I loved as a player at Liverpool. I was gutted when he went to Barcelona. Understandably so, you know, that he went there, but I loved him. This midfield, those two plus Gerrard, with also, have a look at Momo Sissoko on this game. Look at the physicals on him. Actually, a real shame what happened to him with these. It was like an eye injury, I think he got, that kind of like put him on a bit of a path where he didn't quite fulfill the potential. He's only 22 here, and I mean, highly rated in this database. I could talk about all of these players and football for hours and hours and hours, which is why I've enjoyed doing this save just so much. We've got the potential to build an all-conquering Liverpool team, but building around players like Alonso and Gerrard and Jamie Carragher in there, and a wonder kid, Daniel Agger, as a left. I say wonder kid, he's 22, so maybe just past the wonder kid. But that's the order of the day for today's video. I'm going to go and take this team, which just missed out on the Champions League in the previous season, losing to AC Milan. I think it was Dirk Kuyt that got that goal, and we almost made a bit of a comeback, but not quite in that one. This is his second season at the club. I'm going to go and see if I can make them Premier League champions, Champions League champions, maybe in the future. Going and seeing if I can bring in maybe one or two of those players that became superstars, having the knowledge and the foresight now to know which players are really good, but maybe we can pick them up a little bit cheaper. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be like a bit of a rebuild, but in a different sense because it's in this retro database. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to go on a bit of a journey. I'll see you when I've done some transfers to build and hopefully improve this Liverpool team here. Before we do jump into those transfers, let me just jump in and say thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. If you're a Liverpool fan or not, there's going to be a lot of like football nostalgia stuff in this. I can't help myself. When I see players, I just want to talk about them. So hopefully you're enjoying the video. If you are, please leave a like on the video. It really does help. It pushes it out to wider audiences, and then more people can come in and see the stuff that we're doing here on Football Manager 2024 at the moment. Also, if you enjoy the video and you want to see other videos, please subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 75,000 subscribers ASAP, really. That's sort of my target at the moment. You would be really helping me out if you did subscribe to the channel. That's all I want to say. Thank you for being here. Let's jump into the transfers then. Okay, so here we are. I've jumped straight forward now to the 29th of August. The window is about to close, and I've spent a little bit of money. We only had about £8 million to start with. So this season, the first summer window, I don't think it's going to be huge in terms of transfers done unless I could sell some people. So the business that I've managed to do is, first of all on here, Marco Reus is going to join in the future. This is one of those where it's not like, I suppose it's quite easy to do really well in this save because I know that Marco Reus is going to become a superstar in the future. And I know that Mad making this database will have known that and given him pretty good potential, right? He looks okay at the moment. We're going to sign him for £7.5 million after loaning him for a season. Because of the lack of money, I've tried to be a bit smart that we'll get them on loan now, hopefully develop them, and then have the future signing done after that. So Marco Reus is going to come in. The other business that I've done with our £8 million is as follows. If I highlight here, these are the 3 players that have joined the club. Marcelo, we'll get to that in a second. Diego Godin, who is I think, well, who is very similar to the Marco Reus one, is come in on loan to be a bit of a backup, but then hopefully we can sign him permanently afterwards. We've got, I think, involved in his deal, a future fee. Was there a future fee in there? He's got a minimum fee release of 11.5 million. No future fee in there, but if we wanted to sign him, we probably could, right? So 5.5 on Marcelo. We'll get to that because I think this one's going to be brilliant. I haven't yet been able to sign somebody. However, the window, I don't even know if the window quite works in the same way. I'm going to keep doing transfer business and update you on it. It might be a January job. The big signing of the summer, though, is Marcelo in, who I've had to put on a huge contract. He had a release clause of £5.5 million from Real Madrid. I saw that they'd offered him a new contract, so I've gone in trying to gazump them to sign him. I've given him £130,000 per week, but it's going to be a bargain in the future. He's going to come in and solve a bit of a problem at Liverpool in this time. If I think back, left back seemed to be a bit of a problem position. We had John Arnorisa. Never was the biggest fan. He scored some brilliant goals, but I remember him being hugely frustrating as a player, that he just took shots and things, and defensively, positionally wasn't amazing. I was a big fan of Fabio Aurelio, who is still here at the moment, but he's just never fit. And I wonder actually what's his injuries like in here. He's already had an injury in this save. Concussion, maybe that's a bit harsh, but he's going to miss some games from that. He was just never fit. And if you're not fit, you're just not it, are you? The best ability is availability, to just keep going with the cliches there. But what a player he could have been. And I think he's going to be the backup here, because Marcelo in is John Arnorisa, by the way, who I will say in this save is a superstar. Like, I don't need to sign Marcelo, but also I want to sign people that I think would have been great if Liverpool could have jumped in and got Marcelo. I guess he's already gone to Real Madrid at this time, so actually signing him would really not have made much sense. However, I've got him in here. John Arnorisa, I'm going to try and sell. If we can get 15, 20 million for him, which I think he's probably worth looking at his attributes, that would be great. Maybe we keep him until January until then. But I've also started by building a bit of a team to show you where things are at the moment. Reina's the keeper, of course. He is great. He was a brilliant servant for Liverpool whilst there too. 6'2". I don't know why I've read his height out there, but there we go. Steve Finnan, as solid comes, I think, as a right back. Not pacey, but great concentration. That's where you talk about him, is it being solid, don't you? 20 concentration, 17 marking, 17 positioning, 18 tackling. Defensively, he's a bit of a god, isn't he? Jamie Carragher, who don't think has the pace here. Oh, he's got 11 pace. It's not too bad. Leader, though, Jamie Carragher. Daniel Agger, who I think could become a brilliant centre-back on this save. And then Marcelo in at left-back. I think it's a solid defence. We always had a good defensive record, I think. We used to get, I mean, Pepe Reina, I think, got the Golden Glove plenty of times during his Liverpool career, didn't he? And in front of those, we have got, I'll just show you on here. Where's he gone on here? Mascherano, probably the starter, although if we need to, Momo Sissoko looks amazing. I've given Mascherano a new deal. He was linked to like Barcelona actually wanted him in this save. I've given him a new deal until 2028 to keep him around. I would have loved to have kept him at Liverpool. Alonso alongside him as this deep line playmaker. I'm playing a 4-2-3-1 because it seems to just fit the team. It also allows me to use Gerrard in behind Torres, which was a deadly duo, wasn't it, back in the day? Dirk Kuyt, I've had to retrain, but actually is very, very good on this database. I've had to retrain him to a winger who he didn't have any familiarity to go and play there. So I've been training him there for pre-season. He's picked it up quite nicely. But attribute-wise, have a look at his mentals. They're amazing. Not the fastest, but brilliant mentals. Aggression, anticipation, and bravery, all the way down. So many green attributes here. 20 work rate, which is very Dirk Kuyt, isn't it? He scored 3 and 3 in his first 3 games this year. So you really can't complain about that. Him on the right, go away. Ryan Babel on the left, who is a wonder kid. Not maybe something you would have realised because of the way that his career actually did go. But once upon a time, really highly rated, wasn't he, Ryan Babel? I quite liked him when he was at Liverpool. A little bit wasteful, maybe. And again, it's maybe what could have been might have been the way that you think about Ryan Babel's Liverpool career. Scored some important goals for us, actually, though. And on this save, I think he could actually be a bit of a superstar. I wonder if that's the next position to bring in a player. Maybe one of like a new winger. Maybe like I feel like I want to use these 3 like this, but maybe another midfielder to back up as like a, because you could use maybe Gerrard there, maybe a number 10 as another option. Because if Gerrard doesn't play here, who does? Is it Harry Kewell? Yossi Benayoun? I loved Yossi Benayoun as well at one point. And just to say at the back as well, we have Sami Hyypiä and then Diego Godin as backups over there. Jermaine Pennant's just been bought at this stage. I'm not the biggest fan of Jermaine Pennant. This would have been his second season at the club, I should say. I kind of want to sell him because I just don't really like him, to be honest. That is the be-all and the end-all of that. Also, Andre Voronin just signed for the club for on a free transfer. He was bad, wasn't he? So if I can sell him at some point, I think I will as well. The window is still open. I might do a bit more business, but we are out of money at this stage. If I can sell maybe like a John Arnorisa to pick up some money. We've also got Peter Crouch on the bench there. Look, a young Lucas Leiva as well, just 20 years old. Who, do you remember when he first joined and he was more of a number 10 or an attacking midfielder? Had a great Liverpool career in the end. Was maybe a little bit limited in terms of ability, but we love Lucas Leiva. Big fan of his. And yeah, this is the squad going into the season. We've won our first 3 games pretty nicely, I will say. Just playing a 4-2-3-1. We have beaten Sunderland, who... Was this the season they got relegated? They might have been quite bad at this stage. We beat them 7-1. An own goal. Steve Finnan scored a goal, which is weird. Ryan Babel scored 2, and then Jamie Carragher scored a goal, which is also weird. And then 2 really late goals from Benayoun and Fernando Torres. I don't know why Benayoun's on pens, but there he is. We won 4-1 against Reading, who actually have a bit of a mental team in this save. Like, they've got some really good players, like Nicky Shorey. Do you remember when he was like getting into the England team? Kevin Doyle was a goal scorer. Leroy Lita, what a player he was once upon a time. They look like they could actually be quite good in this save. I remember from the simulation we did, they seem to get Europe pretty regularly. So watch out for them. But we dispatched them 4-1. And then Portsmouth 5-1. The opening fixtures of the season have been quite kind to us. Sunderland, Reading, Portsmouth, Villa. Villa definitely not the Villa that they are these days as well. So I'm expecting to beat them. Then it gets hard. We've got United, Spurs, Chelsea. It's going to get a little bit tougher, I think, at that stage. But you've seen the team. You've seen the signings I've done. You've seen the approach. I've kind of identified that maybe a new number 10 and a new winger might be the way to go. As well as if we could go and get a worldly centre-back to replace Carragher, because even at this stage, he's 29. Maybe that's the way to go. I'm going to build a super team here. Let me jump forward into the future from here to show you then how things have gone since then. We might even go all the way to the end of the first season. I'll see you then. Okay, so I'm back and I haven't actually gone to the end of the season. I've instead gone to January the 1st to show you where we're at about the halfway stage. In fact, it is the halfway stage for us. 19 games played and we are atop the Premier League. Perhaps predictably going off the start that we made to the season, we've been in really good form. We have played 19, won 14 of them, drawn 3. We drew to Man City away. Not the Man City of today's world, though. This is very early days Man City. I think Alano type era. Think of who was around when Alano was there, before it really took off and before the money really started to get spent, I suppose. We also drew to Blackburn. We also drew to Chelsea. Chelsea in this world are very, very good. They are only 4th in the league, though. It's Arsenal in 2nd. Manchester United in 3rd. They could actually, they're only a point behind us. We've played a game less than Arsenal. So it could be us, then United, then Arsenal if we all win our games in hand, etc. We have lost 2. We lost away at Fulham 3-1, which is a really bad, weird off day. And also at home to Newcastle, which is also a really bad off day. Newcastle are only in 9th. So losing to them at home, probably something that shouldn't be happening. However, overall, been a good half of the season so far. Just to keep you up to date as well, and let me show you those results. Actually, after those initial games where we won easily, we beat Villa, as I predicted. We beat Manchester United, really big win this one. Jamie Carragher with another goal, by the way. He's a goal scoring machine. I think he scored a few. This is using set pieces that are pretty effective, and because he's a centre-back who's 6'1", got really good jumping reach at 16, he's going to score some headers. He's got 5 goals, look. 6 goals in all competitions. Really, really weird universe where Jamie Carragher is scoring as freely as that, isn't it? Then we lost to Sevilla in the Champions League. By the way, in the Champions League, we did qualify just on 11. Well, I say just. It was by 5 points, but not top of the group. Sevilla tops the group. We are through to the round of 16, where we have Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen with one of my favourite players from yesteryears, Diego, as their number 10. Loved him as a player. Maybe someone we could sign, actually. He might be a little bit too expensive. We do have a little bit of money. They gave us money, the board, after the transfer window had shut. So I have been doing a little bit of transfer business. The thing that I'm going to do, I think, I talked about wanting to sign a new winger. Ricardo Quaresma could just be that winger. Our own version of Ronaldo. Again, another player that never really hit the heights that perhaps were expected of him, but I loved him as a player. He's like outside of the foot shots and things, those Trivella type shots. I reckon him off of one wing, maybe you've got Ryan Babel off the other, or maybe Dirk Coutts. However we use him, 19 dribbling, 19 technique, 19 flair. I think he could be a lot of fun. Good pace as well. For about, how much have I bid for him? 32 million. Not all of that up front too. I think I'm going to try and sign him. Perhaps if we sign him at the end of the season or for next year. I'm not sure yet. But I think he might be one to bring in alongside or also with maybe selling finally John Honoré. So I'm going to try and get an auction going for him. See if I can get him out. At the moment, 10 million is the bid. Rising to 17. It's not quite as much as I want for him because he is, as I say, really, really good, but his value is quite low. So we'll think about that one. I think I've rejected some, or maybe going to loan out in Sewer, also loan out Raymond Potterill as well. There is money to spend, so there I may well do some business in January, but I'll bring you all of the updates of that because I think now we're going to go and continue from here, get ourselves up to the final few days of the season, or go until the end of this season. If we're in a cup final, maybe we'll play it together. If there's a title race, maybe we'll play the final few games to see. We'll see how things go. But I'll see you perhaps in May as we try and win this league, maybe the Champions League too with this Liverpool team. I'll see you in May. Okay, so it's now the 19th of May, and I sort of told myself at the start of this save that I'm going to try and be sensible with things, and I'm going to sort of maybe do things in a realistic type of way. And then I got given that 60 odd million pounds in January, and then I did this. It's so difficult not to, like, I know which players are going to be amazing, and I know like they've got release clauses and things, and I couldn't resist. So I've spent big on 2 players in January. The first of which is Sergio Aguero, I reckon one of my favourite ever players, and he played for Manchester City, so maybe that's something that I shouldn't say, but he was such a pure goal scorer, and he was terrifying. Every time Liverpool played City, you're terrified of this guy, and he scored plenty of goals against Liverpool as well. The chance to go and right those wrongs and bring him in at Liverpool to play alongside Fernando Torres, I couldn't resist it. So welcome to Liverpool, Sergio Kun Aguero, signed for about £35.5 million. I say about, exactly 35.5. It was a release clause from Atletico Madrid. We know how good he's going to be. He's played 13 times, scored 4, got 4 assists. I'm playing him, or have been playing him, as a number 10 actually, in behind the striker, using either Gerrard wide or Gerrard in the deeper midfield positions, because we've had a few issues actually with injuries, to be honest. So Gerrard's been playing obviously loads. Torres was actually injured for a little bit, so Aguero played up front. Coutts played up front. Coutts actually our top goal scorer so far this year, but I'm not going to show you the end of the season because you may be thinking 19th of May, that's not the last day. I'll show you what we've got in store for you in a second. Before that though, I want to show you that we've also signed Philip Lahm to come in and play at right back for us. Could of course go on to play in midfield if we wanted to change him. But in the days pre-Trent, right back again was a position where, is Steve Finnan ever going to make you the best team in Europe? Maybe. I liked him. He was good. But the chance was there to go and sign Philip Lahm. And also, the chance was there to sell Steve Finnan to Barcelona for £21 million. Now, Steve Finnan is 32 years old. He's very good. But that's £21 million that we can go and reinvest and spend on Philip Lahm, who's only 24. It felt like a no-brainer. So welcome to Liverpool, Philip Lahm. The team that we are now putting together is a little bit outrageous, as I'm sure you could probably predict from this point. I've also eventually managed to sell John Honoré. He's gone to Real Madrid. Like I talked about before, he's so good in this game. And I did get a little bit more money than originally I was worrying I was going to get. 18.5 rising to 23. He's really good, but in real life, I didn't think he was as good, and he's definitely not as good as Marcelo, which, by the way, look at him. Look at his profile. Look at the development already. Only 20 years old. Signing him, snatching him away from Real Madrid, where he has barely started his career. 4.1 for them, and he had that release clause, which I had to get in there quick to bring in. 5.5. We've built now a team that looks a little bit like this. If I go through what is going to be my starting team, I've switched things up in the tactic to go for something a little bit weird, but with Gerrard in a bit of a free role, with Philip Lahm kind of just seeing things out on this right-hand side. You got Marcelo up and down on this side. You've got Babel jumping into the middle, maybe becoming a third striker with Marcelo here. It kind of works for me in my head, and it's got us good results so far. Reina in goal. Philip Lahm at right back. Have a look, by the way, at some of these star ratings because of their performances. Weird order that's in. Philip Lahm at right back. Jamie Carragher is a revelation. I wasn't expecting this, but he's become so good. He's got 10 goals, 13 all comps, 7.3 average rating. He's a superstar. Daniel Agger also developing nicely. Perfectionist personality. He's been pretty good too. He's got himself just the 1 goal. Everything's being aimed at Jamie Carragher. Weirdly, he scores goals. Marcelo at left back. Great. Sissoko, Alonso as defensive midfielders. We've had some injuries and some issues with Javier Mascherano. Out for 3 months with a torn calf muscle. So he's not really been in the team. But Sissoko, a pretty good deputy. Look at those physicals. So good. Only 23 as well. Alonso there, just pulling the strings. How many assists has Alonso got now? Played 50 games this year, by the way. Just the 6 assists, because I suppose he doesn't take set pieces because Gerrard does. Gerrard, though, how many assists for him this year? 18 assists, 13 goals. What a player. I don't think we've even looked at his profile yet, have we? Also injured at the moment, though, which is going to be a big miss. And you'll see why it might be a big miss. Ryan Babel on the left. That might become Ricardo Quaresma, who, by the way, is joining. I did a deal. I think at this stage I was trying to be realistic, and because the window had closed, or because I was like, we didn't quite, I'm not sure why I did this, but I've signed him to join at the end of this season. I think I was trying to be realistic in a weird way. He's joining in the summer. He's going to go and play on the left-hand side with maybe rotating with Babel with Torres and Aguero up front now. Like I said before, I was using Aguero as a number 10 for a while in the 4-2-3-1, and he was great there. But now I kind of want to get them up front together, because what a strike force that would have been. Aguero, Torres, and hopefully, they're going to fire us to victory and to silverware, because I've come back on the 19th because of where we're at this stage. We have got a game against Bolton and a game against Inter Milan. 2 very different propositions, but one of them could see us win the Premier League, and one of them is a Champions League final. The Premier League is finally poised. Before we think about that Champions League final, we're going to do some live comms. The Premier League table looks like this. 90 points for us. Alex Ferguson's Manchester United, though, of course they have, with Gary Neville as their captain, have got 91 points. And if we can better their result, we will be champions. If they win their game, I think they're at home too. They play Portsmouth at home. They will be champions and we will miss out, which probably means we have to go and do another season, right? So, you know, not all is lost here, but we could go and win it. We've had some, I mean, it's been a good season. We lost to United recently, look, in the Champions League, but then knocked them out by beating them 6-2. We should have beat them to the title, to be honest. We dropped some points in the league. We drew to Birmingham away. We lost to United away from home at Old Trafford. A late Ryan Giggs goal there killed us off. We lost to Arsenal in the FA Cup. League Cup, though, where is it on here? The League Cup was a success this year. Where is it? The League Cup semi-final there. League Cup semi-final. League... Where is it? Why am I not seeing it on here? There it is. 4-3 was the winning score for us in the League Cup final against Arsenal. A bit of a late show from Arsenal, making it look competitive, but it wasn't really. Lasana Diarra and Sanya getting 2 stoppage time goals, but 4-3 the final score. Dirk Kuyt scored in the 83rd. There's the lineup for us on this particular day. There's Aguero, like I said, playing as the number 10 with some injury issues going on there, but pretty much what you would expect, except for Aguero there. No Gerrard in this game here. We've had a lot of injuries, to be honest. Maybe it's because we're playing quite a intense tactic that maybe doesn't fit with these players of this time. I don't know. It's maybe a little bit more modern with the gegenpress type style. Not quite sure, but we won the League Cup. We're in the final of the Champions League. We could win the Premier League. It's Inter, and this is the Inter team that we'll be coming up against. Some really good players. Sean Wright-Phillips is randomly there, which is a weird one. Bediso, I almost signed him as a centre-back. Do you remember Christian Kivu? Julio Cesar in goal. Maicon, so good. Instead of Lama, maybe could have tried to sign him, but he's so expensive. Look, Maicon as the right back. Let's think about that next. But before that, we are going to go and play Bolton in our final game of the season to hopefully win the Premier League. We will keep an eye on Portsmouth, Manchester United at Old Trafford. If we can draw and they lose, in fact, let me check that. If we've got the better goal difference, then we would win. If we win and they draw, we would win the title. If they win and we win, they would be champions. So it really does come down to us trying to do the business and hoping that they mess up. We've also got some injury issues, as I'm going to have to sort out here. The defense is fine. No Gerrard, no Sissoko. Kun Aguero is also probably not going to make this. I don't know why Scott Carson is on there. Charles Atonge is the backup goalkeeper at the moment. Mascherano is not going to make it either here. Lucas Leiva is going to play in midfield. He's been all right when he's played. Played 14 games. Steven Gerrard out. I think it's going to be Yossi Benayoun. Where is he? Yossi Benayoun, I think, is going to come in. Perhaps we could go do with Dirk. Do you know what? Maybe if we do Dirk Kuyt, because he's actually very good. 26 goals from him up front with Aguero. Is Aguero going to make it? What's his fitness like? I mean, do we risk him? Failed the fitness test. Maybe not then. Harry Kewell could be that guy. I think it's going to be Yossi Benayoun, who's going to have to play with... Is that the team? I think that's the team. It's pretty strong. Marco Reus, maybe let's stick him on the bench here. Don't think Aguero we're going to use. So Harry Kewell comes in. I don't like Jermaine Pennant. So there we are. This is the team. Let's submit it. Let's get into this game. Keep an eye on that Old Trafford tie too. Can we win the Premier League title in this 07-08 retro database? Or will we need to go and do another season here? If we win the title, this is where it will probably end. Especially with a Champions League chance as well. If we don't win, we have to go and do another season, I think. Let's just do that deal there. Here are the two teams. We know our team. I don't think... Actually, this Bolton team could be interesting. Like Giannakopoulos, Stelios. Remember him? Ivan Campo, is he playing at this stage? No. Yeah, he is. There he is as the number 6. Look, Kevin Nolan. There is Stelios. And Nauka up front. Let's get ourselves underway. Okay, then. We are underway. Bolton in the white here at Anfield with Andranik. Some of these names, you're like, I have not thought of him as a player, but I actually recognize the name as well, which is a really weird one. Some of these names you just... Like, the nostalgia play in these databases, I just love it. Marcelo corner towards the Anfield Road end. There's Jamie Carragher, the threat from set pieces. Goes down for a penalty. Simon Hooper has given it. Didn't realise he'd been a referee for so long. We don't have retro referees then, it seems. Penalty given. Steven Gerrard, not in the team. It's going to be Dirk Kuyt to step up to give us an early lead. Pile the pressure onto Manchester United. Kuyt dispatches top corner, 27 goals in the league this year. He's a revelation. Not one that I really expected. He's a proper goal scorer, is Dirk Kuyt. We lead. Let's get ourselves... We don't need to see that again. Let's have a look at this league, this live league table as we rise to the top. And we're hoping Portsmouth. Are they in like a... No, they're safe. Could they qualify for Europe? Not quite. They're 9th. We're hoping they can pull off a bit of a shock at Old Trafford still. Goal kick from Jaskalainen towards Al Hadj. Boo. Benayoun's going to pick it up. Hasn't played loads this year, but again, another player that scored some big goals for Liverpool over the years. I remember that one in the Bernabeu, the header. Dirk Kuyt puts it wide. In fact, it was blocked by Gerald Sid for a corner here. The second goal really does... Yeah, I thought there was a goal there. There's not. A second goal really does put the pressure on, doesn't it? And makes us able to relax, potentially. Jaskalainen has claimed it, though. 20 minutes in, or approaching. At this stage, we'd be Premier League champions, and Fergie would be crying, which is always the aim. Here's Marcelo. We get that second goal. It's a very long highlight, this, actually. Over the top for Torres. He's got Kuyt in the middle. He's found Babel! Over the top. It was an absolute sitter, apparently. My voice went very high there. Did you notice? Still 0-0 at Old Trafford. We've got an injury. It's Ryan Babel. We're a little bit low on players here. It could be Harry... I'm going to go Marco Reus on because we've not used him loads and he is signing permanently. Maybe we need to play him so that he actually develops. So Marco Reus is on over Harry Kewell, who has not been blessed particularly in this database. His attributes are not good. He wasn't... There's Reus. He wasn't actually great at Liverpool, was he? I really was really excited when we signed Harry Kewell because he was so good at Leeds, wasn't he? He was another one of those weird free transfers that didn't work. I put him alongside Joe Cole in that regard, where should have been better. Torres scores, flags up. Think he's offside. Would have been in 20th of the season. He still celebrates. The flag is up. I think this is going to be offside. We will just listen to VAR. Simon Hooper is listening to them. It is disallowed. I thought so. The linesman did have that flag up, didn't he? 27 minutes on the clock then. What's the score at Old Trafford? Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Here comes Xabi Alonso. Benayoun. Lucas. Would be a rare goal from him if he could score. I mean, I was going to say a rare goal from Carragher, but he scores loads in this save. Marcelo. Cuts inside, shoots. Jaskalainen saves. It's all us in terms of pressure. Just note as well, Liverpool got like green kits on us. Is that like the away colours in this save? But I don't think I've not put the kit pack on. I have done the face pack, which is oh look. Hold that thought. Manchester United must have scored. They've gone back above us. They're leading 1-0. This might be all for nothing. Nani has got the goal. And even if we win, if they win, they're going to win the title. That's frustrating. We've been here before, though, in FM. Late goals could be a thing. Not that we're even up to late goals yet. We might concede it. Look at the space for Anelka against his old team. Scores. What a bad couple of minutes that is for us. It's 1-1 here at Anfield and 1-0 to United at Old Trafford. I don't want to see it again. That is a terrible, horrible couple of minutes for us. Arsenal are losing to Middlesbrough. Chelsea have gone above them on the final day. We would be 3 points behind. Look at the goal difference. Look at our goal difference. It's outrageous. 84. But it's going to be not enough, as United are going to get that win and Bolton have scored with their first shot on target here. Let's get... Right, come on then. Let's get ourselves a goal ourselves. Carragher, captain today in Gerrard's absence. Philipp Lahm is going to stride forward for Liverpool. Not a sentence I think we'd expect to say. Dirk Kuyt could score, does score. He's a goal scorer. Okay, we have the lead again. Over to you, Portsmouth. Over to you. That should see us through then to half-time. And we've made amends for that goal that we've conceded. We keep an eye on the score from here. If Portsmouth can score, we're 1 goal away from being champions again. Let's hope it happens. Let's just keep an eye on it. We're into the 50th minute. Second half has started. Xabi Alonso's corner. Torres was up. Anelka clears. Al-Hadj Diouf clears. Marcelo to recycle. Let's add a third and make sure here. Daniel Agger. Space out wide for Philipp Lahm. Can he find the pass or can he go on his own? He does go on his own. It's gone straight to the keeper though. Ball over the top. Anelka's in behind for Bolton. And he's scored. And it's 2-2 here. Did he score the first goal? I think he did, didn't he? It's 2 for Anelka. And we've conceded another equaliser here. Oh, it's not going well. It's such a simple... It's literally just a big ball over the top. Nicholas Anelka was a good finisher, wasn't he? And it's off Reina, off the post and into the back of the net. And again, we're going to have to go and find another goal here. Let's encourage our lads. It's still 1-0 to Manchester United. Here we go, going forward. Lahm into Xabi Alonso. Carragher. Can get his hat-trick, or would Anelka get his hat-trick? That would be really, really bad news for us, wouldn't it? Xabi Alonso. Lahm. Striding forward, Philipp Lahm. Into Kuyt. Tackled, but we're going to win it back? No. We're going to pick up this second ball here, though, with Agger to bring it forward, Marcelo to bring it forward. Torres is in behind. Kuyt's in the middle with other players too. He did a little jump, and they've cleared the ball. Alonso. Long, long highlight, though. Philipp Lahm shoots off the post. What an effort that is on his left foot. Not good enough, though. 23 to play. If Portsmouth score now, it's actually going to be heartbreaking because it would be our fault that we didn't win the title here. We need to do our own business. We need to beat Bolton at home. And at the moment, we're not. It's 2-2. Daniel Agger out wide to Marcelo. Torres, good run in behind. Kuyt's in the middle. He's got Benayoun in there, I think, as well. Marcelo deflected. Marcelo picks it up again. Benayoun could have gone down. He keeps the ball. Kuyt's in the middle. Lahm headed away by Nolan. Where will the actual chance come from? It's Xabi Alonso. Good save from Jussi Jaskalainen. I think I'm going to have to make changes here to try and force this. Marcelo. The corner I don't think is going to be part of the highlight. Carragher. It's not going to be, is it? Benayoun, and that might be end of... It's still the highlight carries on here, actually. Lucas Leiva. And that is the end of the highlight. 14... We've had 23 shots. I've bottled the sub. I clicked through. 6.4 Marco Reus. He's not been good, has he? How do we win this game from here? Peter Crouch. Well, Fernando Torres is coming on. Yossi Benayoun for Harry Kewell. He's not very good, but we're going to hope that he does the business. And that, I think we haven't really got any other attacking options, have we? Just I'm hoping fresh legs can do it for us. I guess it doesn't matter. If Portsmouth don't equalise, it doesn't matter. I don't want to see a late equaliser from them and us just not to have beaten Bolton. Lucas Leiva, Kuehl, the substitute doesn't go down. He's tackled by Nolan. Weird clearance though. Should be. We will pick it up eventually. Marcelo, 8 to play. Royce in behind. Has play. Crouch is in there. He didn't take a shot. Peter Crouch, please. Pete, pop it in. Lahm. It's a weird pass and cleared again. Agger needs to win that. Does. Royce again. Space for Marcelo out wide. Ball across. There's Cowles for the hat-trick off the post. And it bounces around and it's cleared. That might have been the chance. Marcelo puts it wide. Dirk Kuyt is a superstar, but that might have been the chance. Still 1-0 at Old Trafford, though. It's not going to matter, is it? Philip Lahm with a throw-in. Ball over the top, looking for Crouch. Picked up by Lucas. Here's Crouch. Here's Royce. There's Marcelo. Goes down. That's not a penalty. It's a great tackle from Nicky Hunt. Andranik. Cleared long. By the way, Andranik, that is the player that you should say. You know when someone says, like, name an obscure footballer? Andranik is that guy. Lahm, that was close. I don't think anyone has thought about him since 2009 at the very... Oh, my word, Portsmouth have equalised! David Nugent has equalised, and at the moment, we are not going to win the league because we're unable to beat Portsmouth. This is a ridiculous way not to win the league. Now, we have to go and find a late winner. Kuehl go into the middle. Do we have a winger to bring on here? Just don't think we do. Dirk Kuyt could play wide. We haven't got another attacker on the bench, have we? Alonso further forward. Do you know what? Let's do Kuehl there. We'll put Lucas there and just throw another man forward because they can play there, can't they? Let's do, just as a winger, Harry Kuehl. I actually don't hate, do you know what? Winger on the left-hand side to do for crosses for Crouch. Winger, attack. Royce, winger, attack. Let's try and get these balls into the box. Mix crosses. Work the ball into... Do you know what? Hit early crosses. We need to go and try and win it from here. Make something happen, please. This is a terrible way. The final whistle's about... We've bottled it. We've actually bottled it there. United so nearly bottled it, but we are going to finish... We finished a point behind them because we were unable to beat Bolton after taking 32 shots. That is a terrible, terrible thing to have happened. I'm devastated. David Nugent with the goal to equalise. We couldn't hold our end of the bargain. I'm saying that you should have won that game. Oh, we're going to have to go and do another season. I'm actually going to give him the injections in case we need him for the Champions League final. I'll see you as we go to the Champions League final to try and beat Inter, but surely we have to go and do another season now to try and win this Premier League. That has to be the aim, right? I'll see you at the Champions League final. That is devastating. Okay, then, let's try and put that disappointment behind us. This is our Champions League team against Inter Milan. I have given the injections, as you saw, to Ryan Babel, so he is going to start. Otherwise, we're full strength. We've got Aguero back. We've got Gerrard back. We've got Mascherano back. We're going to go for it. Maybe controversially, I'm going to keep Dirk Kuyt on the bench here. We can bring him on, and he's probably going to come on and be really useful. We can bring him on in basically any of these 4 positions. But I think I'm going to go with this, as it is our first choice 11. Aguero's not quite fully fit. Obviously, Babel's got this orange injury at the moment. Otherwise, though, Alonso wanted by AC Milan, which is quite fun. And Reina wanted by Roma and Valencia. Otherwise, we're going to go for it. We're going to hopefully go and win a Champions League. And then we're going back to that transfer market. We're going to go and sign some other worldy players alongside Quaresma to hopefully win us that Premier League title. That will be the aim. If we don't win it second season, I might just have to give up. And hopefully we'll have a Champions League to have already at that stage. Let's just answer these questions. Here we go then. I don't actually know. We're at Wembley. Oh, okay. So it's the Wembley final. This was the final that was Manchester United-Barcelona, right? Where Barcelona they completely schooled Manchester United on that night. Instead, in this universe, it's Liverpool-Inter. We lost to AC Milan last season. This time, can we beat their Milan rivals Inter? That could be quite a fun little redemption arc, couldn't it? Here we go. Jamie Carragher, first highlight inside the first minute. We look really zoomed out because it's at Wembley. Marcelo down the left-hand side. Let's get ourselves an early goal here. Ryan Babel is not going to get on the end of that. Here is Zanetti. He must be getting on even at this stage. Ibrahimovic is really good. Luis Figo is also must be getting on at this stage. But some big names straight away there. Zanetti, Ibrahimovic and Figo we're up against. Here's Mascherano. Here's Gerrard. Keeps the ball, goes wide to Marcelo. Long first highlight this. Ball over the top for Aguero. They've lost him. Aguero's in. Tries to dink the keeper, Cesar. QPR. Legend, Julio Cesar. He went for the dink, Aguero. Was it him he scored against with the famous Aguero goal? It would have been, right? Cesar in goal? Was it him that day? I'm not sure. It might have been like Rob Green or something else. Not sure. Of course, in this universe, that hasn't happened yet. So maybe you'll get an Aguero moment for Liverpool next year when we go and win the Premier League. Right now, though, first 10 minutes, pretty solid. Look at their team. They got Vieira, João Moutinho's there, Cambiasso, what a player. David Suazo left wing. Kivu playing left back. Materazzi, Cordoba, Ivan Cordoba as a centre back there. It's a good Inter team. Gerrard's corner, short to Marcelo. Back to Gerrard, into the box, crosses Torres, 1-0! We take the lead in the Champions League final. A set piece, short corner routine. Gerrard picks it up in the box, gets the ball across, and it's a tap in for Torres. Let's see it from the other side. Why not? I'm not sure we needed to have the reversed camera angle, but we've got it. Lovely, lovely goal. 1-0, 25 minutes on the clock. Happy days. See it through, lads. Or score a second. That's also fine. Gerrard is up. There's header away by Vieira. Babel picks it up, shoots. He's only got, I think it's a hamstring strain. That's quite a severe one as well, but we're just playing him through it with the injections. Hopefully he doesn't, completely tear that hamstring or something. Aguero's in. He's missed. Oh, what is that finish? Cesar saves. It's two great chances for Aguero now, and he's missed both of them. Marcelo with the corner. Not going short this time. This time it's towards Carragher and headed away. Aguero picks it up. Drives forward. He's got number 60 on, which seems like a strange choice from me, but we are where we are. Corner to us. Highlight will continue. It will be Gerrard with this one. Going to aim towards Carragher again. He is. Carragher beaten in the air. Alonso, Gerrard, and cut out by Zanetti. They probably will clear it from here, and that's the end of that highlight. 12 shots from us compared to just the 3 from Inter Milan. We're in a good spot here. We look really dominant, actually. We're definitely the better team. As we approach half-time, I'd love to go and win this Champions League here. Half-time whistle goes. I'm not changing anything. I'm actually going to tell them I'm not happy. Keep them all fired up and motivated. No changes from me. Maybe the change we make is Aguero for Kaut at some point. We've actually got options on the bench here. Ibrahimovic is... Oh, they've equalised. It's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You have to mark him from set pieces. It's their first highlight into Milan. And it's 1-1. Here's the reverse angle. Look, he doesn't even get up. Who is that? It's Xabi Alonso. Doesn't even jump with him. It's so simple. And we're back to square one. And now we find ourselves a little bit scared that they're going to score again. Go and get ourselves back in front. Aguero. Not been his day so far. Alonso into Carragher. Oh, what a silly goal to go and concede. Daniel Agger striding forward. Marcelo. Big touch. Zanetti able to nick the ball from him and clear. Carragher. Mascherano over the top for Aguero. Beaten in the air. Cambiasso back to the keeper. That's a bit of a... He smashed it back at the keeper there. Lahm wins the header. Pressure still on from us. That's a really loose ball. Ryan Babel, you're going to win that back? You are. Even with your one hamstring. Babel into the box. Can he cross it? Torres! Yes, he can cross it. Torres finishes. And that is us back in the lead. That's a really nice goal. Ryan Babel proving that it was worthwhile giving him those injections. He wins it back here, look, from Luis Figo and just drives into the box. Beats. Is it Kivu? It's Materazzi. Finds Torres and it's a deflected finish from him. It might even have been going wide. Torres doesn't care. 2 goals for him. Half an hour to play, just under. And we've got another lead to try and protect here. 20 to play. I should be careful here. We've got Gerrard looking knackered. Ryan Babel with one hamstring. and Sergio Aguero not having the best game. I'm going to get Dirk Kuyt on because he's so good that it just makes sense. I'm going to give Gerrard, I think, another 10 minutes and then we'll change him. He looks knackered, look. So he's obviously important, though. He's our captain, our main man. He's playing really well, too. We'll just do Kuyt for Aguero now. Just hope that we can see this one through. I'm thinking about Sami Hyypiä at centre-back as well, but all the experience that he could offer. Okay, we have done that 10 minutes. I'm going to have to take Gerrard off. Look how tired he is. Let's do Yossi Benayoun. Let's also... I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Agger off for Sami Hyypiä. We want experienced players on this pitch right now. As we try and see it through, I'm also going to put the time wasting on. Just tell them to be disciplined. 5 to play. We've got another sub up our sleeve. Inter Milan have a throw-in. Inside their own half, Stankovic could score from his own half. He's scored from pretty far out before, hasn't he? Here's Jamie Carragher, though. We've got the ball back from them. Flips it out wide to Marcelo. 3 minutes plus added time to play. Alonso picks it up. Shoots! Off the bar! What an effort from Xabi Alonso. That would have made sure. I'm going to use that final sub now as we go into added time. As Sami Hyypiä goes close there. I'm going to do... Who's on this bench that I want to use? Sissoko is going to come on for Mascherano. Real fresh legs in that midfield. 4 to play. I think we've only got 3 subs. I wonder if the rules have actually been changed. Maybe have 5 because it's on, you know, FM24 rules. Lahm in the box. Tipped over by Cesar. Now, all you need to do, lads, is take your time. There's 2.5 minutes to play. We've got the ball in their half at the corner spot. Take it short, Marcelo. Pop it over to Torres. Why is Torres gone short there? There's Sami Hyypiä. Maybe he just heads it in. That would also... He is taking his time, which is good to see. Marcelo's cross. There's Sami Hyypiä. Yes! What a sub! You felt like he was about to do that. Sami Hyypiä, Liverpool legend, heads the ball home, and we are going to be European champions. We didn't win the Prem because we couldn't beat Bolton, but we have been able to win the Champions League. It was Manchester United we beat in the semi-finals as well. A 6-2 win in the second leg of that semi-final. And we are Champions League winners. 2008 belongs to Liverpool. Get in. That feels like a bit of redemption after that Premier League disaster on the final day, I want to say. I hope it's Gerrard lifting the cup there, but it might be Sami Hyypiä or Jamie Carragher. I'm not sure. We've won the Champions League. Happy, happy days. I will see you after I've done some more transfers as we go for this Premier League title. It's going to be a long video today because I feel like we need to win the league. I feel like we have to do it. So I'll see you when I've done some more transfers. All right, so I think I've gone pretty big in the transfer window here in this quest to try and win the Premier League. I've signed 3 players on the first day of the window opening, and they are Ricardo Quaresma, which I weirdly just, you know, scheduled for now, and also 2 new centre-backs. I looked at the squad and just thought, I think it's really just centre-backs we need. Carragher was amazing, but is he a world global superstar? Not quite sure. So I've signed Lucio, who is very good at 20 determination, 6'2", 17 marking, 17 tackling. What a player. Loved him, by the way, at Bayern Munich. And also the ultimate pro, the 41-year-old these days. Pepe has joined from Real Madrid for about, well, to be honest, they're 50 million, but it wasn't all up front. 28 million for Lucio. He's 30. 35 million for Quaresma. We had 80 million to spend. I've actually got money left over as well. So Quaresma, Lucio, Pepe in. Have a look at Pepe's physicals, by the way. 19 acceleration, 18 natural fitness, 17 jumping reach. He is a beast. 16 heading. I'm hoping he can start scoring those headers that Carragher was scoring last year. Those 3 are in. The squad now looks like this. Reina in goal. Lahm, Lucio, Pepe, Marcelo, Mascherano, Alonso, Gerrard, Quaresma, Torres, Aguero. I'm actually looking at Quaresma, and as much as I love him, I feel like that's maybe the position where you can get like a genuine superstar, because the rest of the team is maybe Reina and like I don't even know who we would get in there. Maybe Buffon or something. We've got 20 million to spend, but also some money coming in because Voronin is leaving to go to AC Milan. And I've also got other players that I could potentially sell in here as well. Players like, I mean, Carragher, maybe. He's actually being linked to Real Madrid for 50 million. And I wonder, because I love him. but 50 million for Jamie Carragher. I feel like you have to say yes to that. So maybe some more money, maybe some more transfers to follow, but this is day one of the window. I'm going to go now up until January. I'll be back to see you then to see how our quest for this Premier League title is going. I'll see you about halfway through the season. I hope they win. If we don't win with that team, then to be honest, I should pack it in, shouldn't I? See you in Jan. All right, I told a lie. It's not January yet. I've made another signing, literally the day, like a day after or something. Frank Ribery, welcome to Liverpool. I've signed another winger as well as Quaresma. He's going to play probably on this left-hand side instead of Quaresma, and Quaresma will be... We had a lot of injuries last year, so I'm thinking we will probably need to do all that rotation. So welcome to Liverpool, Frank Ribery. I haven't even given him a number or anything yet. Let's get Carragher to welcome him in. He's only 25, and look how good he is. 18 acceleration, 16 pace, amazing mentals, brilliant technicals, 18 dribbling, at 16 passing, 16 technique. Not the best looking lad in the world, but he's a very good footballer, isn't he, Frank Ribery? He's going to be... Let's pop him in here, look. Let's just see how it looks with him in on that left-hand side instead. Maybe we might need to change this to, like, winger attack or something. But we'll work on it. We'll see. This squad has to win the Premier League. Right, I'll see you in January this time. Okay, so it is now January the 1st, 2025, and just have a look at this side here. Look at the stats on some of these players here, and you may notice from the top left corner here, we are top of the Premier League. We've got a 6-point lead over second place Manchester United, and we are well on course to go and win this title that I think it would have been shocking if we weren't going to go and get. The results have been, as you would expect, quite magnificent. A few little slip-ups here and there, which may be a little bit unpredictable or unexpected maybe. Losing to Spurs away from home, 2-1. There's like a 7-2 win against Valencia there. 5-2 against Bolton. 7-3 against Barcelona. We did lose to United at Old Trafford, 3-1. A late goal from Quaresma was a bit of a consolation for us. Then we had a bit of a hiccup in December. 2 losses in a row. One against Newcastle in the league, and then 1 loss against Porto in the Champions League, which has changed to the new system here. 5 wins from 6 in the Champions League there. We are going to go through. Also, we beat Arsenal 6-1 there. Aguero got a hat-trick, and so did Torres. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it? The firepower in this team is just... It's outrageous. Going back to the stats on here then, I've put the best team in here to show you who's been playing the most. Mascherano, maybe a little bit of rotation for him with people like Sissoko's played 9, 8 from Babel, 7 from Kaut, loads of sub appearances from Kaut, who still scores. He's got 14 goals from the bench, but 18 from Aguero, 19 from Torres. I love the fact that they've got 5 stars now, both strikers here. Look how good they're this is so much fun. Number 60, Sergio Aguero. Liverpool's most famous ever number 60. I'm going to go as far as saying here. Whereas Liverpool's number 9, Fernando Torres, wanted by Inter Milan at the moment. We're not selling him though. I've given new contracts to a lot of these players too. Steven Gerrard has signed until 2028. He's on 230k right now. Also, transfer-wise, I'm way over this. I need to get... They keep giving us money though. Look, put that back in. We've still got 80 million that we can go and spend. I've had bids rejected, or I've rejected bids for Crouch and Mascherano here. Wanted to show you one other player that is joining. Virgil van Dijk joins next summer. I don't think we're even going to need to play the save, but maybe I'll continue it just for fun because we're going to win this league, aren't we? Van Dijk does join. I actually wanted to check. Has Salah spawned in yet? A few of these new gen players, I have got the new gen mod. I think it's Tinny's new gen mod that we're using here. So they do come through. I know that doesn't look like Van Dijk, but it is him at Groningen. Look, a few of these players are starting to spawn in. I'm keeping an eye on the good ones to see if we can pick them up. 5 million we're going to pay for Van Dijk. Obviously, we know he's going to be really good in the future, don't we? Otherwise, though, just to let you know, in the FA Cup, we are, well, League Cup, we're through to the semi-final. We have got Chelsea in that semi-final. FA Cup, we start our campaign against Arsenal at home at Anfield. And we're also going to go through in the Champions League too. That, though, it should be a procession. I'm really hoping it's going to be a procession. I'm going to see you at the end of this season where hopefully, it's a bit of a tricky run, isn't it? Chelsea, United, Arsenal. Hopefully, we've navigated our way through that and we're going to be Premier League champions. I'll see you then. Okay, it's the end of May, 31st of May, 2025, and I think we can officially say we've completed this save. We've been successful as this Liverpool team, this world-class, unbelievable Galactico-type Liverpool team has just won the European Cup, the Champions League, for a second season in a row. We've beaten Valencia in the final, Aguero with 2, and the goal-scoring genius that is Jamie Carragher with the final nail in the coffin in the 86th minute. We've won the Champions League, and as you might expect, in the Premier League, we are also champions again. 100 points was the total. We expected it. I was calling for a procession. It's exactly what has happened. Our final game of the season was a 7-0 win against Watford, which I think this kind of sums it up. Just have a look at this team. 4 goals from Torres, and just look at the ratings in there for everybody else. A procession is exactly what this season has been. 100 points, 85 goal difference. Just 1 draw, which was against Man City, and 4 losses, Blackburn, Newcastle, Manchester United and Spurs, all away from home. 25 goals from Torres, leading the goal scoring charts, and Philip Lahm with the best average rating, and Marcelo just off the top with the most assists in the league as well. Have a look at the side. Have a look at the stats on here. Look at the goals being scored. 37 from Aguero in all comps, 33 from Torres in all comps, 33 from Dirk Kuyt. Even though he only started 28 times, look, 48 starts and 52 starts from the other 2 strikers. We've built just a world-class team. The addition of these 2 centre-backs, Lucio and Pepe, has taken us to the next level, and I think we could go on and win everything for the rest of history in this entire save from this point on. I love it. We have been so good. It's been a really, really fun... I was going to say a rebuild. It's kind of a rebuild, but it's a retro rebuild, isn't it? It's been... so much fun. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I guess I should show you as well the fact that we did win the League Cup as well with a 3-0 win against Spurs. We did go out to Reading, though, in the FA Cup, so there is that. There are the results for the rest of the season. This Liverpool team is a joke. We've even got £101 million to go and spend now if we wanted to. We will leave it there for today, though. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. It really does help. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I guess prove you've made it to the end by leaving me a comment. The comment can be Jamie Carragher goal scorer. That's your proof that you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for all of your support. I do appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.